Hello everybody and welcome! Pokemon Day 2025 is right around the corner and I'm here to tell you everything I know that is going to be announced. I don't know anything, but I am making predictions based on past Pokemon Days and what we know so far and all the trends and stuff. So none of this could be true, all of it could be true. Who knows? That's the fun of this stuff, right? So we're gonna jump right in to everything that I think they're going to announce at this year's 2025 Pokemon Presents. First and foremost, I think it's very important that if you don't know, you now know that Pokemon Day is having their Pokemon Presents on Thursday, February 27th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. So set your alarms, get them set early because you do not want to miss this. I know if I was on the West Coast, I would sleep right through that, but I will be live with my actual reactions on Thursday. So make sure you guys are subbed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are ready to go. I'm going to be posting my reaction as soon as the direct is over. So make sure you guys follow me here and see everything that they announce and how I react. Let's jump right into the juicy stuff. Most of the time, Pokemon follows like a sort of formula with their Pokemon Presents, so I'm kind of going in that order based on what they've done in the past. So I think the first thing they're going to mention are potential updates to several of the animated projects or movies that they have in the works. First one I'm going to throw right out of left field. You guys remember Detective Pikachu? I think there has been a sequel in development since 2021. I would not be surprised if we saw some sort of update for that in this year's Pokemon Direct. Next up, all week long, they have been teasing and showing off previews of a new animated series called Dragonite and the Postman, which they've been posting on all of their socials leading up to Pokemon Day. I feel like that might turn into something bigger or something like as its own project or sort of something that has that same art style. I feel like something Dragonite and the Postman, they're hyping up Pokemon Day with this for a reason. So that might have something to do with what they have planned. There might actually be a new animated Pokemon movie announced at this year's Pokemon Presents. I don't know the last time we had a true release. I believe the Zarude movie did come out in Japan. Somebody tell me in the comments, did that movie ever come out statewide or anywhere else besides Japan? I don't know that anything about that movie has happened. So we haven't really had a proper Pokemon animated movie release in a very long time. And with Ash gone, I feel like this is the time to sort of rehash your animated movies with a new protagonist or new characters. I think it's time. We need something new in the animated movie genre there. And last but not least, I think they're going to finally announce more about their Netflix collaboration. So we already know about Pokemon Concierge that had a full season last year. I think it's time for season 2 updates. I think we could see that happening, as well as the long rumored, and I think they've actually said out loud, we have a live action Pokemon TV show that we're doing. So I would love some updates on that. I think it's about time. Netflix stuff probably going to happen in this Pokemon Present. Once the animated movies and TV shows have been brought up, I think they go right into the TCG. And now, this year, they have a new genre to add to the TCG section in TCG Pocket. This game has been super successful for them. I feel like they are going to talk up the next set release, which I think will be a mini set release on February 28th. So it's actually the day after Pokemon Day. But if it follows the trend, they release very early in the morning, at least in the United States. So I feel like it won't be that long of a wait between Pokemon Day when it's announced and a new A2A with a lowercase a as the next set releasing on February 28th. It'll only be like one pack like Mythical Island was before a new official set comes out probably soon, which they also might announce here. So we saw something more Sinnoh focused here in Space Time Smackdown, so we might see a new generation focused here. This might be Johto's time to shine. I know a lot of people were expecting Johto in the second set, but then they went full Gen 4 for no reason. Lastly, in this TCG section, they're probably going to talk about the actual TCG. They're going to probably show more from Journey Together, which will be releasing in late March. And then finally, we will see a new teaser for the Team Rocket set that has been teased as well. I feel like it's about time we saw some of this Team Rocket set. So, TCG fans, you're going to eat in this Pokemon Presents. I feel like you got Pocket, you got the actual real TCG, and you might see some TCG live updates, but they kind of just follow what goes on in the actual TCG. This next section of the Presents is probably going to be the bulkiest section. This is where they talk about all their existing games and all the updates to them. First, I feel like this is so up in the air with the release, the recent news that Pokemon Go may or may not be bought by a different company. Niantic might be selling this this game, but if they decide to mention Pokemon Go at all, I feel like they're going to talk about Go Fest this year in July. I feel like based on recent data mines and stuff that we are going to have a Galar-focused Go Fest in July. We are talking Dynamax Pokemon, Gigantamax Pokemon, new legendaries or mythicals released from Galar. I feel like we will probably be seeing Urshifu, Cubfu, Eternatus, all of those Galar-centric Pokemon at Go Fest this year. After that, they'll probably talk about their other mobile games, such as Masters EX. It is their 5.5 anniversary, and they always celebrate the anniversary and then the half-year anniversary, so they'll do the 5.5 anniversary, I'm sure, with a ton of sync pairs and a ton of gacha. After Go and Masters EX, they're probably going to mention Cafe Remix. Do people even still play this game? I don't know. I hope they announce they just can discontinue it. I don't know. They'll announce new recipes, new Pokemon joining it. Who cares? After that, I'm pretty also convinced that they will be announcing 3 new characters coming to Pokemon Unite. They typically announce 3. Like, they announce in triples for some reason. I don't know why, but they have 3 Pokemon that they announce that will be joining Pokemon Unite. We may or may not see new game modes. We might see new maps, but they don't do that very often. So, probably just 3 new characters, and that's that. And then last but not least is the current mainline game, Scarlet and Violet. So currently, right now, as of recording and up until Pokemon Day, there are raids for Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, but those end on Pokemon Day. So after Pokemon Day is over, we don't know what the next raid event is going to be. I feel like we get an update on what the next raid event and outbreak event will be in Scarlet and Violet. After all of that is said and done, it is finally time for them to jump into Legends ZA updates. I think this year at Pokemon Day, Pokemon Presents, we finally see some gameplay of Pokemon Legends ZA. Right now we have absolutely no idea what this game looks like. So we are finally, hopefully going to be getting some gameplay reveal, and I'm begging for a release date. I feel like if I was a betting man, if I was in Vegas right now, I would put money on summer 2025 as the release for Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, that's also my prediction for the release of Switch 2, but I digress. I feel like that is the perfect time to release it, whether the Switch 2 is out or not. More on that in a minute. But I think we get the release date, as well as the reveal of new Megas that they haven't announced yet, new Kalosian regional forms. Kalosian? I don't know. Kalosian? Whatever. Anyway, these new regionals, by the way, will become our new ride Pokemon, just like most of the new regional forms that we saw in Legends Arceus became ride Pokemon in that game. I feel like we'll see a new flying type that's from a different region, get a Kalosian form, and be a new flying ride Pokemon. And finally, I feel like we are either going to get a new legendary, or as I explained in a previous YouTube video of mine, I feel like Zygarde is due for a new Mega form here in Legends ZA, so they might show off Zygarde, but as a new Mega form. So Zygarde could still be the central focus of this game. I think it is. It's kind of named after him. So if we don't get a new Legendary, Zygarde will be shown off in its new form, and then it kind of just goes to black, and then it comes up for Switch and Switch 2. I feel like this is the only time Switch 2 will be mentioned in this Pokemon Presents, but I think it is coming for both the Switch and the Switch 2. Hence the summer release. I feel like that is when the Switch 2 should come out. If you look back on all of those trial days that they sent out earlier in the year, Nintendo did, there were trials in so many different cities up until June. So I feel like the Switch 2 is not that far away. And I don't think it could be any earlier than June if they're still doing trial periods in there. So I feel like summer is the perfect time to release the Switch 2, and coincidentally, Pokémon Legends ZA. So there's a very good chance that Pokémon Legends ZA is the last thing they talk about. I feel like that is most likely. However, I feel like it would be remiss of them to not include a one more thing. After a year of silence, I feel like we're not owed it. Okay, they don't owe us anything. But I feel like if they really want to build the hype for their franchises, I think one more thing would be really cool. Here's my prediction. If we get a one more thing at all, they have one thing left to announce, and that is Black and White Remakes, to release in the same year. This will be the holiday release of 2025, and there's a lot of avenues of thought for this. I feel like, first and foremost, anybody who's expecting anything Gen 10 is silly, and next year marks the 30th anniversary, so I feel like if they are going to go big, they're going to do it on the 30th anniversary, not the 29th. I just feel like this is not the time. We got potentially 2 games that they could be making before Gen 10 is even announced. So I feel like this year will be void of Gen 10. It'll all be Black and White and Pokemon Legends ZA. I think this is the year for those games. Gen 10 is still a while away. So I would like to see just a teaser. I don't think they go full on into the a huge trailer. I think it's literally just a teaser of, like, you know, maybe a DS version of Black and White being played in like a very light brown filter, and then it just turns into modern day, you know, technology and a remake sort of thing of Black and White with maybe a holiday release, you know, holiday 2025, and that's it. You know, I feel like that would be super cool. I would love that. I kind of fell off of Pokemon during Black and White, so I feel like I did not give it the full attention it deserved back when it was actually released. So I am dying to get back into that game, especially in a modern way. So I feel like for the Switch or Switch 2 or both, I feel like Black and White remakes would be perfect. So outside of that Black and White remake thing, I feel like I kept this pretty tame, pretty believable, if you will. I did not make this video as a everything I want to see at Pokemon Day Presents. I feel like this was very much calculated and sort of made sense based on everything that they've done in the past. I feel like this is all believable. I don't think I've said anything that goes beyond the realm of Pokemon announcing things. So I feel like I kept this pretty tame and pretty believable. So again, this was a prediction video, not a dream wish list item, you know, list. I feel like this was things that you can really expect to see. By the way, I'm all for people getting their expectations and setting them. What I'm not for is people getting angry or upset with people, especially game devs or higher ups in the companies that announce them when they don't get what they want. So I feel like it's fun. It's great fun to have like sort of expectations, and whether they're met or not, it's fun to see what happens and what doesn't. But please, ahead of Pokemon Day 2025, temper your expectations if you can't handle not getting those met. So if you are able to have fun and make these predictions and not want to start a fire or a riot after they're not true, like, then please, by all means, I want to share your thoughts. I want you to talk about it in the comments civilly. I feel like we can have a great discussion here ahead of Pokemon Day 2025. But make sure you guys let me know what you think we will see in Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day 2025, February 27th. I want to make sure I say that. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will be posting my reaction to the event that day. So make sure you are subbed here. Make sure you like the video. If you want to see more Pokemon hype, make sure you stick around. I will catch you guys on the next video. Until then, peace!